Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. So, we already know what's going down out here in these gaming streets, man. When it comes to price hikes, like, this is crazy. Like, I can honestly say that, Rockstar, GTA with the shark carts and all that stuff that I've been hearing about, and the price hikes in GTA 6 is supposed to possibly be between $80 to $100 now when it dropped day one. Now that's just crazy, bro. Sony started all of this with their little dirty deals, their little scheming, dirty, greedy, grimy, shady, backstabbing tactics, robbing, stealing from their own fan base. What I've been seeing going on out here, and now you mean to tell me Rockstar is jumping on the bandwagon? Like, we already knew Activision was gonna jump on it, but there's all the big Ubisoft have gone crazy too. Even when you go to stream on the go, stream your games on the go, play anywhere through the Game Pass, bro, you can actually see a lot of Ubisoft games are already in the hundreds, not just 100, like around 130. Like, bro, I'm talking about Ubisoft is already going crazy. So you already know Assassin's Creed, probably the Outlaws. Like, even if you play on PC or you play through Game Pass and stream anywhere, Ubisoft games are expensive. Now you can imagine by the next like 5 to 10 years, if they are gonna do this, Sony is gonna be on board. The next God of War, 100 out the door. 100 plus out the door. Special edition is gonna be $200. Like, you bro, if you are gonna release games like that, just make everything special edition. Don't just come out with a base game talking about it's worth $100+ bro. Like, for real. Like, come on, let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean, man. We already know this game is gonna be coming out broken, buggy, update after update after patch after patch. It's so many patches. You think they got to go to ER, they got to go to the hospital, they got so many patches on the game. You be like, man, it's a new patch every week. Like, they're gonna be patching this game for the first at least 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? But you want to charge $100 that is the game gonna be already coming out broken and buggy? Probably. Like, most games, we have not got a game that have been fully cooked, really. Like, it's very rare games came out. I only seen a couple that really came out, ain't really have many problems. Like Starfield, that was buttery smooth. Even Redfall, I think these were games that was all mostly Xbox first party studios, Hi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? If I can recall, I don't think I had any problems with what was that game, High on Life. But when it comes to things like GTA, from what I heard, they already had problems. The studio, when you take a AAA banger and try to make a live service game out on it, and that's the only game you focus on, like Red Dead is amazing. I think that's one of the best storytelling, story-driven games, open world games I ever seen that was released. Like Red Dead Redemption had one of the best stories in gaming history, next to The Last of Us and a few more games. Like, I mean, even like the Uncharted of the world and stuff like that. But when it comes to storytelling, Red Dead, Rockstar, they are amazing storytellers when they want to be. when they want to put their heads together. Now, I don't know if these teams still exist in GTA 6. I don't know if they broke the teams up. I don't know if it's gonna be a bunch of DEI, activists shoved into this game, because when it comes to GTA always can push the mark. They always can go a little bit. They can take it there. Like, when it comes to anybody's feelings getting hurt, you're in your feelings and emotions, GTA never cared about that. Like, that's one of the games that, if it was to push whatever agendas they were going to push, or do anything diversity to pushing agendas, DEI, GTA is going to do it. Like, they don't care. They've been doing it even back when they had GTA with the Gay Tony thing. That was way back in the day. They made a game with Gay Tony. Like, so if they were going to do that, get that extra money for that from Sweet Baby Inc. And now they want to say, well, these games are costing more money, so that's why they're pushing DEI in games. So that's why they're charging the customers more. So that's why they're charging us extra $100 per game. That's crazy. That's crazy. I keep seeing this, bro, come across my desk. And I'm like, wait, what are we getting? Are we getting like a special edition, deluxe editions come out first? Or some people are saying it's gonna be the base game that they're considering going from like 80 out the door to 100 plus. So the deluxe edition gonna be like $200. I'm just wondering. Sony started all this bullcrap price hikes, man. Yes, games do cost more, but Sony, they weren't spending their money wisely either. What they were doing, hear me out. What they're doing is they're doing these timed exclusives and locking down games and making them exclusive to the PS5, which is costing top dollar for that. You know what I'm saying? It's costing top dollar for that, right? So if you're spending all this extra money in timed exclusive license, you're buying all these different licenses, you're spending hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, because you're not even developing your own games. You're focused on third-party games, multi-plat games, trying to lock them down. And then on top of that, you're lying, because if you're spending money in that, how are you building games to price hike? Sony started this with this $70 when the generation first popped off for the PS5. And when I seen the $70, I keep saying that, man, cash grabs, the remake station, they keep making remakes and remaster games. And I caught on to the wave. I said, why do they keep remaking everything? So that's why when I heard somebody say, hey man, I'm tired of the remake station. So that's what I started calling it. I said, man, it's a remake station, man. That's all. It was just remake after remaster after remake. They kept throwing everything at the wall. Sony is throwing everything at the wall, hoping it stick, man. And now big publishers and developers and studios like Rockstar, have caught on to that wave, that cash grab. So basically they feel like, okay, if this right here, GTA is their gold mine, right? That's their biggest AAA banger. That's their biggest banger, period. And that's crazy that I just got a Rockstar notification talking about Rockstar, and I got a Rockstar IG Instagram notification. What a coincidence. I'm looking right at it. So that just let you know I am still a fan of GTA. I'm probably gonna dive into that anyways, get back on my GTA wave. But just to see them, do that, and just embarrassing to the gaming industry, man. This is an embarrassment and a slap in the face to the diehard fans that they're already going to be milking for the next 10 years. So why do you feel like you need to bump the price up when this game is going to be out 10 years to make your money back anyways? Maybe 20 years. You might not even make another GTA to like the next 3 generations, because we don't really see the graphics really enhancing that much. So I never knew why we never got a next gen update for the new consoles anyways of GTA 5. But I guess it do make sense, because then you won't desire the new one as much if we did an update for that and put more money into GTA 5. I mean, they have enhanced it over the years. I think they make it crispy, like 4K, 2060p, 4K running at 3000 frames FPS. The frame rate, see that's what they dropped the ball at too, because they focus too much on frame rate and resolution and ray tracing this generation, instead of focusing on what makes the gamers happy. And if more games came out looking like Indiana Jones, Hellblade, Fable, if they're focused on graphic enhancements, and from what it looked like now, GTA 6 is going to look amazing. But at the same time, we're going to have to pay for it though, like top dollar. That's just crazy to me. Like, to charge. Sony started this bull crap. I knew it was going to trickle down to other studios, because now Activision is doing it, Bethesda is doing it, Ubisoft just took it and ran with it. Ubisoft think they're better than everybody, especially with this woke trash that they're trying to make with Assassin's Creed Shadows. This big old piece of trash that don't nobody want. So you want to push everything and try to throw everybody under the bus and say it's for George Floyd. Like, bro, it's not even an American Assassin's Creed game. How are you symbolizing a Japan game, saying that it's for, George Floyd whole, the whole thing that happened right there with that situation, but you're trying to say it's a Japanese, we did this for Japan. Like, how does that even equal. You see how twisted? See, that's why. Just get Sweet Baby Inc. Just fire everybody. Listen, just throw the whole thing in the trash. Like get rid of DEI, all these woke activists in the gaming industry. Let's get back to source material. Let's get back to gaming. Let's get back to having fun again. Let's leave the politics out of it. Because if you're pushing politics in games and you're seeing this American guy in Japan that don't have nothing to do with it, but we're gonna charge you $70 to $100 for this game on lunch. And we know if GTA stars this bullcrap, we know Activision, every Call of Duty that drops, it's gonna be 100. Every new Sony game that drops from first party studios, even some third party studios like Final Fantasy, day one, gonna be $100. God of War, $100. Spider-Man, $100. Wolverine, $100. X-Men games, $100. You get my drift. You get what I'm saying? Everything is going to be top dollar, man. They ripping everybody off, man. They ain't got nothing. Listen, whoever's at the top, these CEOs, these greedy shareholders or whatever, like I said before, we can go back even the other videos I made when I was saying how greedy Sony is and grimy and shady. You know, and we're going to talk about Horizon as well, how Sony is being just low down and dirty with these dirty tactics. Like me and Sony, I don't know if this beef is going to end ever between me and Sony. It's only because I don't agree what they do. I don't agree how they run a business. I don't have a problem with PlayStation. I have a problem with the way Sony run their business, because Sony have cut off access to, I think, is it PC players or PlayStation players that have Horizon Forbidden West, because they can't lock them down to their ecosystem. PSN accounts, they're not available in their region, so they turn the game off, and now you can't purchase the game anymore. But that's gonna be another video, a whole entire video. We're gonna talk about that DEI woke trash of a DLC that Horizon Forbidden West. Listen, like Sony is all about pride. Clearly, Rockstar prideful too. Like it's all about competition. It ain't really about us, about the bag. You know what I'm saying? And when they keep raising the price like that, they want to say inflation. But the cost of living ain't, going down. But you saying your pockets is hurting for making the game, but you're hurting our pockets for purchasing the game. Make it make sense, people. Like, they are robbing their own fan base cold. Like, bro. They are robbing you broad daylight. Like, they're telling you it to your face. $100 here on out. Because if they're mentioning it, people already put it out there. Some people are giving pushback on it. And they're like, I don't really know if I want to rock with this. Like, what am I supposed to do if I just got paid? I got to pay a bill, right? And I had enough to buy for 70, but I have to come up with an extra, 40, 50, because plus tax, 60, however much they finna charge. We don't even know at this point, because to Rockstar, if everybody's out there saying, hey, are you going to charge 100? They can squeeze in and say, well, due to inflation. They can just keep blaming it on inflation anyway. That's all they're going to keep doing. That's what Sony was saying, right? So they said back then, 4 years ago, they were trying to do that.